Namaste. Do you have a desire to be immortal? Do you want to do something so that people will remember you? And if this urge is coming in your mind again and again, most likely you're running Rahu Mahadasha. Welcome to Energize with Astrojyoti, and let us learn how to navigate this most important period of your lifetime. 18 years of Rahu Mahadasha, where you will grow materially, spiritually, as well as achieve the most powerful periods of growth in your lifetime. Let us begin from why Rahu is given this much long period. The most important time is every person experiences different dasha periods throughout their life. Some people are lucky to have both Rahu and Ketu Mahadashas, but most people will have at least one. And if you or your loved one is going to have this time frame, then these are the things need to be done. First things first, look at your karma from the paternal side. Ask what your grandfather, great-grandfather and so on did. Ask if there is any narrative about somebody losing their life, somebody having fights related to property. Understand about your ancestral karma from your father's side, because Rahu rules about that. Every person who is born in a lineage is coming for some reason. Every person experiences different dasha periods throughout this time frame, but people who go through Rahu Mahadasha, they are very clearly shown in that time frame that okay, this is why I am born. This is why you are born. It is a planet of sudden events. It is a planet of obsessive desires. It is about taking some unconventional path and hence then learning the deep karmic lessons. If it is your ascendant lord, if your moon is in the Rahu Nakshatra, then this planet becomes even more dominant in the Rahu Mahadasha. Rahu placed in Lagna, Rahu associated with Lagna lord, Rahu placed in the 10th house. These are dominant placements. If you have nakshatras of Rahu in which you have many planets, then this Rahu Mahadasha will also have extra importance. That means Rahu will navigate your life. It will ask you to do things by going out of your comfort zone, and hence there will be a fight internally. On outside you will be able to act in a way that you are doing great, everything is going well. In fact, you will put up and behave as if you are some different person. However, internally there will be slight fear, there will be slight doubt, because this is how Rahu works. If Rahu is placed in the houses where you will go through more internal turmoil, like 6th, 8th or 12th house, then people won't notice it outside. But you are fighting your own battles. You are trying to overcome so many things. Grow by stepping out of the comfort zone. Understand, Rahu is a crisis manager. So either there is crisis around you and you will go and solve, or if there is no crisis around, you will make sure that you will create one first so that you get to be the one to solve it. And that is where the main issues come. That's why people sometimes take the wrong path and get into trouble. However, the key thing to understand about Rahu Mahadasha is this: Rahu will amplify. Rahu will create a drama, create something that is not real, kind of artificial, and whichever house Rahu sits in, there is something, whichever planet is conjunct, whatever planet is aspects, it will create something artificially related to that. I'll give an example. If you have Rahu conjunct Jupiter, if people are following certain religion, you will come and you will decide, okay, I want to follow this religion, but these are my rules, these are my steps to follow it. And they'll be really unconventional. You may tend to combine two religions and say, okay, I have taken half part from this religion, another part from this religion, and this is how I have decided to follow my path in this time frame. I have seen people who are completely conventionally, traditionally following the religion that they are born. They completely stop doing that and they will start either choosing something else, or they will declare that I don't believe in God. I have also seen otherwise. People until Rahu Dasha came never went to temples, they didn't have any faith in God, or they didn't follow any religion. Comes the Rahu Dasha, there is a complete flip. And that is why this Mahadasha becomes very interesting, because it takes person to do things that they have never done before, but they take those things head on and start doing it as if they are experts in that field and they have been doing it the day they are born. It will amplify those themes to the extreme, and this amplification is what creates both the turbulence as well as tremendous opportunity of growth in everybody's life. Some people may find this time frame to be really difficult, and the first reason is instability. Rahu is a planet that does not like routine. Just understand, Rahu Ketu go in reverse direction. Why? They are going after all the planets to catch them, and they are looking for opportunity, loophole, something that is easily achievable sometimes, and doing routine is something that will not catch people's attention. So they do not like fixed structures, they do not like fixed routine, and hence during Rahu Mahadasha, if there is stagnancy in life, people don't like it. People are looking for changes. People are looking for something new, and hence people will start changing things. They want to make new friends. They want to have new relationships. They want to get into unfamiliar territory, into everything. Food, religion, the kind of clothes they wear, the kind of job they do, education, hobbies, everything will change. The first thing is start welcoming this change. The change is for a reason. The relationships that no longer serve you, careers that limit your potential, environments that restrict your growth, Rahu will begin to disrupt all of these. And this usually happens in Rahu period. Not because it is punishing you. Rahu is not punishing you, but Rahu is preparing you. Another reason is there is desire, but there is no satisfaction. Rahu creates intense desires. You may achieve something you wanted greatly, and just immediately you will feel some new emptiness. For example, you wanted to be a manager in a company. You got that role. Within few months, you may feel, okay, this is not enough. I deserve more. I want something more. Maybe bigger company, bigger business, and even higher position. You may gain wealth, recognition, success, and you will still feel something is missing. And this is the illusion of Rahu. Rahu creates this Maya. It invites you to do something, and then you will realize the hollowness, the emptiness of this thing. It shows you the reflection of what you want, but fulfillment you seek is always one step ahead. And this restlessness is deeply exhausting for some people. If Moon is conjunct Rahu, if your ascendant lord is conjunct Rahu, then you will get this type of feelings again and again. And hence, having a stable mind, taking care of your emotional health is the most important factor in Rahu Mahadasha. Because if a person goes on a route where people don't want me, nobody likes me, I'm not important to anybody, then you're going into the path of feeling so low that it takes into the wrong side of Rahu. Every planet has two frequencies. So you'll have to make efforts to bring Rahu to a situation where you feel proud about yourself. You feel worthy of living your life. And hence, always remedy comes for Moon. In this period, be careful about those illusions. Things many times will appear to be opportunities, but will lead you away from your dharma. And when I use the word dharma, it will take you away from what is the right thing to do, what is your duty. Be careful of people who enter your life suddenly and with great intensity, because not every connection that Rahu brings is meant to stay. Every person will come in your life for a reason, because that planet is probably coming in your life to fulfill the karmic situation. In Rahu, you'll find people who are out of your circle. Then in Rahu Jupiter, you will find teachers, mentors, or wisdom, something different from what you have been learning so far. In Rahu Saturn period, you will come across somebody who shows discipline, hard work, importance of patience, but by not following the regular norms. Then in Rahu Mercury period, you will try to use your intelligence to create some scams, schemes, shortcuts, loopholes by which you will always gain some importance. In today's world, on internet, people will have multiple emails, multiple IDs. If you are a man, you may feel like, okay, I'll take a name of a woman and chat with somebody. Anything and everything that is deep rooted in your mind, anything that challenges you, anything that gives you a feeling of that 1 second high, you will try to do it. But depending on other planets, aspects on Rahu, and typically position of Jupiter will decide how low you can go. How much do you want to fall from your position? And that is in your hands. Always remember, Rahu is creating a trap. It is not pushing you there. Your mind chooses to do so. Now, let us see how your career can change. let us look at the effects of Rahu Mahadasha on career of people and maybe how the finances, because career has a main importance related to earning, finances. And this is the area where most people find that they are challenged. Rahu is a planet of mass appeal. So it loves technology, media, politics, foreign connections, all the unconventional industries and anything that exists for a reason, anything that is artificial. For example, you wear sunglasses, you wear glasses, you wear hearing aids. Whenever your natural systems are not able to do their best, whatever you are using artificially to enhance that is Rahu. If you have breathing trouble due to pollution, you will use the inhaler. That is Rahu. If there is a lack of oxygen, you are not able to breathe properly, convert the oxygen well, you are put on ventilator. That is Rahu. So our life cannot basically function well in today's era without Rahu. Rahu has highest importance, and hence getting the Rahu Mahadasha is one of the great things that people do to achieve good in life. So anything that exists at the boundary of known and unknown is under Rahu. So if your career naturally aligns with these areas, Rahu Mahadasha can bring extraordinary professional growth. And we have always noticed that growth in the field terms of IT, computer industry. For last 25 years, 30 years, people have had great careers. There are different changes in medicine field as well. Wherever the natural things don't work and you need artificial support, Rahu comes in. In every term, people used to wear pure cotton clothes. Now they have clothes from artificial materials. All nylon, polyester, this is under Rahu. When you combine, mix other elements, whatever you get is outcome from Rahu. People would drink regular water. Now you have all fancy liquids. That is Rahu. That is moon plus Rahu. When people would wear jewelry with proper conventional metals, gold, silver, brass, or forget about brass, copper I would say. Now people will have all the fancy jewelry with artificial metals and other materials. That is Rahu Venus. All the modern technology, modern norms are under Rahu. So 90% of the careers will have presence of Rahu. This is your great opportunity to discover something. Think out of the box, and whatever industry you are working in, whether you are in hotel management, restaurant management, food and catering, food processing, jewelry, interior design, any area, this is your opportunity to come up with something by fusion, by following unconventional methods that people will love, use, and this is your chance to be remembered for that. And hence many people during Rahu Mahadasha change their careers. Why? Because there is something that they always liked and loved and felt they are good at, but with conventional mindset they could never try. Comes Rahu Mahadasha and people will flip things, change careers. Engineer becomes writer. Musician goes to the yoga class and becomes yoga guru. I have seen people changing paths completely from unrelated areas, but obviously the roots are seen in the Rahu Ketu axis in their horoscope. People will take this risk which they otherwise will not take in any other time frame. They move into industries they never expected. They take risks that they would never have taken before. And sometimes these risks pay off in the ways that are difficult to explain by ordinary logic. However, there are important things to be careful about. Be careful about the shortcuts. Rahu tempts you towards fast results. And during Mahadasha, the patience is so low. There will be opportunities that promise quick wealth, quick recognition, quick success. Many people will approach you saying, I have this scheme. Will you invest into it? Let us do that. This is the best way to get returns. However, some of them are real and some of them are not. In fact, many of them are not real. They are traps. They are people taking disadvantage of you. Use your judgment. Take advice from someone you trust before committing to anything that feels too easy or too fast. Another thing to be remembered in Rahu Mahadasha is be careful of other people's money. Rahu has connection with hidden resources, other people's finances, speculation and investments. During this period, involvement in joint finances, speculation, borrowed money requires extreme caution. If you are investing in stock market or any speculative asset, be very careful. Stay on the side of transparency. Always remember, less is more. Now there is positive side of career during Rahu Mahadasha as well. It's not like everything is negative, everything is bad. If Rahu is well placed in your chart, specifically it is in the 3rd, 6th, 10th or 11th house, this period can bring tremendous career advancement, visibility, recognition that will come suddenly. Opportunities from foreign countries or foreign connections or from unfamiliar sources will come. Mass appeal will come through digital platforms as well as people who are different from you. Different ethnicity, different cultures, different norms, different countries, different states, different principles, different values. Rahu is planet of this era, and those who align with Rahu's energy consciously can move very far professionally during this 18-year period. And typically, people will go through rise that I have seen in Rahu, then you will go through Rahu Jupiter, Rahu Saturn, Rahu Mercury, and when there is a Rahu Ketu period, people will start noticing if they have been climbing high, then the slowly coming down might start for some people. If it is opposite, that people are just feeling losses, feeling lost, feeling all the negativity of Rahu, and then after Rahu Ketu, you will start getting the stability in your life. Now, what are the effects of Rahu on relationships? Rahu Mahadasha has a profound effect on relationships, nevertheless, because it is this area where many people experience the most emotional pain. Rahu creates intensity in relationships. During Rahu Mahadasha, you will attract people who are unconventional, who are different from your usual circle, possibly from foreign cultures or backgrounds. And these connections often feel very magnetic. They feel like, you know each other since long and you wanted to meet each other or be with each other since long. It is like deeply compelling. Rahu creates obsession. And always remember, obsession is not love. Many people during Rahu Mahadasha fall into relationships that are deeply intense but not necessarily healthy or right. These connections can pull you away from your roots, your family, your values, and when they end, many of them do, the pain is equally intense. Be careful in romantic relationships during Rahu Mahadasha. Be especially careful of the relationships that feel like they came from nowhere, move very fast, and ask you to compromise your values or distance yourself from your family. This is a pattern that Rahu creates. Rahu will create a pattern where you will feel, my family is not right for me, they don't care for me, my parents are not doing the right thing, or my loved ones are not doing the justice to me or my love, my emotions. But understand, this is a trap. Think twice before you take any sudden decisions. Typically, for marriages that are already in place, Rahu Mahadasha can create distance and misunderstanding between couples. The native becomes restless. There is a desire for something new, something different, and this can be very hard on existing partnerships. However, this is important to understand. Rahu Mahadasha can also deepen existing relationships with both partners are growing. When both people allow themselves to transform and do not cling to old patterns, Rahu's energy can actually renew a relationship. For family relationships, particularly the relationship with father and with authority figures, Rahu Mahadasha often creates distance or disruption. This is because Rahu is not aligned with traditional structures. But if you already follow some different structure than a traditional structure, Rahu Mahadasha will still be good for you. I do see couples living away from each other due to job or due to whatever choices they are making, but it doesn't mean every Rahu Mahadasha will give divorces or permanent separation. But you will definitely follow something that is different from traditional structure in your locality, depending on which part of the world, city you live. The remedy for relationship during Rahu Mahadasha is this: serve others without expectation. Rahu's hunger for more is his weakness. If you learn to act like Ketu, stay detached, and it's okay to be unconditional giver, then you don't feel low, you don't feel like somebody is taking advantage of you. Share your time, share your presence, and care for others. Whenever I see horoscopes of people with Rahu in the 4th house, necessarily not everybody is doing bad work, necessarily not everybody is fallen from grace or they are into any illegal activities. So many people take lot of social causes and work for the needy. They'll go out of their way to support orphan kids, handicapped people, people who are suffering in any part of the world. It doesn't matter how much money they have to invest, how much inconvenience they have. But these people consider all other strangers like this who are needy their family and do whatever they can for those strangers. This is strength of Rahu. Rahu is competing with sun and moon. So be mother and father for somebody. Just not 1, 2, 3 people, for masses who need you. And that way, you are not vibrating at a low energy. You are vibrating at a higher energy for Rahu. Most people ask what happens for our health in terms of health management when Rahu Mahadasha comes. Rahu Mahadasha also creates some specific health patterns that are important to understand, and many of them will first start due to the habits that you have, the food habits, the way you always think about certain things, how much stress you feel, and what kind of daily routines you have been following. Mostly Rahu works with your nervous system, your mind, and during this period, feeling anxious, going through the mental restlessness, disturbed sleep, they are very common. In fact, mind becomes hyperactive. Whenever I talk to people during their Rahu Mahadasha, they tell me that they get weird dreams, and in the middle of the night, they wake up and they start working on their projects. I have been through my Rahu Mahadasha, and I remember waking up around 4 o'clock and doing what I was supposed to do. I wanted to be a writer, I wanted to start a publishing company, and I did everything in that time frame, which was completely different from my traditional education of being an engineer. Thoughts usually race. There is a constant feeling of being unsettled. I do remember all these things, but it is very important when you get your Rahu Mahadasha. Rahu Mahadasha navigation, being a child, is very difficult. If you are already married, have kids, have responsibility, then navigating Rahu Mahadasha becomes comparatively better because you are deeply rooted with your values by then. In Rahu Mahadasha, many people get constant feeling of being unsettled even when external situation is stable. Rahu rules the unusual, difficult to diagnose conditions, and hence many a times people will go to clinic, do test, and nothing will be seen, which is a good news though. Some are deeply karmic, and those health issues can be there. During Rahu Mahadasha, many people have to go through X-rays, MRIs, all these modern technologies and alternative different types of lights, spectrums. They will have some skin conditions, allergies, issues related to respiratory system. However, the major risk in Rahu Mahadasha is addiction. People will get addicted to as simple as tea or coffee, and the amount of tea or coffee they drink during the day will be highest for compared to all other time frames. Obviously, Rahu rules all addictive substances, alcohol, intoxicants, anything that creates altered state of perception. And during this period, the temptation to use this substance as a way to manage that inner restlessness is very high. You will do things because you want to try it, you want to be with someone, or just I want to do it kind of thing. But remember, don't get addicted to it and don't make it your lifestyle. You should be extremely mindful of what you are eating, drinking, and consuming. In today's digital era, people have all kinds of entertainment at the 24/7 available. Remember, for Rahu, less is more. Set timers, set routine, discipline, structure. That way, you know when to stop. The first remedy for health during Rahu Mahadasha is diet. Remember, Rahu is considered to be doing really well in second house or Rashi of Venus. It will give you everything that is related to luxury. It will tempt you to take that. However, accept a more sattvic lifestyle. At least reserve one day, maybe Saturday, where you will try to follow this routine. You will feel like eating foreign foods, delicious food, tasty foods. However, at least skip one day where you will have sattvic food. A calmer diet creates a calmer mind. Then another remedy is sleep. Most people will try to stay awake at night or at least get up very early in the morning, almost at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and do what they want to do at that time. Try to have a sleep schedule where you are sleeping at least 6 hours, because you're not sleeping continuously, properly, and don't feel rested. Then the restlessness of mind increases more. So watch your sleep schedule and work towards it. The third remedy is physical grounding. Basically, walk in nature. Rahu creates so many artificial things around you and you feel that is the best thing. However, understand whatever Rahu creates is Maya and trap. Rather, go back to nature. Go back to remaining 7 planets where things are natural. Contact with earth, walk in nature, have some physical regular activity, and that way energy will be grounded. You will feel stable, you will feel connected to Mother Nature. That is the best remedy in Rahu time frame. Start planting trees. Another best remedy for Rahu Mahadasha is visiting Ganga and basically taking a bath in Ganga. Any river, basically go walk on the beach, go on the forest hikes, trails, stay in nature as much as you can. That gives you a sense of belonging, sense of grounding. And if you are feeling worried about any health issue, don't sit at home. Go to the doctor, get the diagnosis and start acting on it. If you sit at home and think, that worry is going to create more issues than actual things that are going. Most families know what is our genetic baggage. Be careful about it. Watch the lifestyle and you should be able to navigate that Rahu Mahadasha with confidence. Rahu Mahadasha, as I mentioned, has all other planets sub-periods and they are there for a reason. Rahu will try to work with every planet and give you what it wants to give you. The Rahu Antardasha, the first period, opening period, is Rahu's energies at peak. However, it is raw and not directed well sometimes. So major life disruptions can begin here. Whatever you were doing so far can fall away, can fade away. New opportunities will come, unfamiliar paths will open. This period will require patience and lot of trust. Rahu Jupiter Antardasha is considered to be a favorable sub-period because Jupiter's wisdom will still help you navigate the Rahu's intensity. There will be new opportunities in education, spirituality, career expansion, legal matters. They will get resolved most likely during this period. Rahu Saturn Antardasha can become challenging if you do not have patience. Saturn will create delays and it will bring restrictions because it doesn't want you to follow the wrong path. It is trying to test you. Sometimes there will be some health matters, career pressures, and this period will ask for discipline. And sometimes rushing through this period will not help. Only way that will help you in Rahu Saturn is going steady with consistent effort. Remember, Rahu Saturn Antardasha is the biggest trap because Saturn is watching you if you are taking loopholes and shortcuts and you will be punished. When I use that word, it is so true for many people and that's why I'm using the word you will be punished. Because that is what Saturn does. Saturn is watching you, judging you, and a note is taken. An immediate action will come based on the nakshatra placement. For example, if you have Rahu, Saturn or either of the planet in the Punarvasu nakshatra, the rebound effect is so quick. You make a mistake, you are punished. You make another mistake, there is another punishment. That repeat pattern. So just be careful in that time frame. Rahu Mercury Antardasha usually brings increased communication, business opportunities, and influential activity as well as intellectual activity. Those who are good in writing, teaching, media, trade, the mind is very sharp and Rahu brings lot of opportunities. It gives you all the good deed and good deals. However, Rahu Mercury is also a combination that is prone to overthinking. People are good analyzers, but they keep on analyzing and get into their own trap. If a negative thought comes, it's very difficult to let go of that thought in Rahu Mercury period based on individual horoscope. Rahu Moon Antardasha is emotionally intense. The mind becomes very sensitive. Relationships with mother or other people may go through changes. You always feel that I didn't know my mother was like this. In Rahu Mahadasha, whenever I'm talking to people, that's the feedback. I never realized my mom had this side. So they discover something new about their mother, their caretakers, people whom they are emotionally connected. Or reverse, their mother will say, I didn't know my child, my son, my kid, my daughter was like this. But understand, this is all Maya, this is all trap, and this is going to end. In Rahu Venus Antardasha, usually wealth, luxury, pleasure, these are the themes. There is always a theme about getting attracted to someone even if you are married. Some people will cross those physical boundaries. Some people will have emotional attachment but will not cross any ethical line. Always be careful in navigating the periods of Venus Rahu or Rahu Venus, whatever it is. Usually use any creative way. You can write, you can paint, you can sing, use your hobbies or creative projects. They will flourish. That is one way of giving way to your desires. Whatever you want to do it in a expressive fashion, not physically, not in real life. So many people take up acting classes in Rahu Venus Antardasha. Always remember, in the period of Rahu Mars, you will feel impatience, you will feel anger, you will feel frustration. However, take action. Instead of just thinking, take action about doing something. Going for gym, walk, taking up something like marathon, hiking, biking. These are great ways of using the Rahu Mars energy. That way you have things to do and your physical body is working hard to give you what you want. Rahu Ketu period is a very karmic period and it depends on individual horoscope. However, people understand the hollowness of what they were running after and then they decide to change. They realize taking shortcut loopholes is not the right thing for me. Rahu Sun period is definitely challenging period because these are the two, in a way, opposite energies. Rahu will always challenge the authority, the leader, and it can just begin with father in the house. The kid will start challenging the father, any authority, including the school principal, wherever somebody is trying to discipline them, put boundaries, or tell them how to behave. Kids running Rahu Antardasha or even Rahu Mahadasha, they will challenge it. So I always notice there is a drift between father and son, or even mother and daughter in those time frames, those Mahadashas, Antardashas. But it will go back to how it was or how it should be, because it is temporary. It is very karmic. Always remember, all through Rahu sub-periods or Rahu Mahadasha, less is more. Do not push yourself to cross the ethical or moral boundaries. When anything that is coming too easy, too fast is not right. Now, let us go over what are the remedies for Rahu Mahadasha. The remedies for Rahu are usually for Ma Durga Puja, or Puja for Lord Shiva. Understanding the challenges is only half of what you need. The other half is knowing what to do. And those remedies are not about defeating Rahu. These remedies are about understanding the Rahu energy and using it to the higher frequency. Whether it's Lord Shiva or Ma Durga, it is about having the courage and taking actual action. Whenever we are worshipping a Shakti or a goddess, remember the other side of that goddess is also nurturing and caring. So first remedy is feed others. Share your food. Share your food to anyone who is hungry. Then people feed birds, people feed animals, people feed anybody who is needy. The act of giving food creates a shift in Rahu's energy from taking and desiring to giving and receiving. Continue it consistently, not just once. Second remedy is you can always do the Bija Mantra chanting. You can chant Rahu Bija Mantra, or you can chant the Navagraha Stotra for Rahu. This vibration of these mantras will always realign your energy with Rahu's higher field. You can visit the goddess temple that your family follows. Another remedy, which is like for every planet, is doing service. As we mentioned, people will, in a way, Rahu wants you to be the highest form of sun and moon. So be the father and mother for as many as you can. Not literally by providing support, I mean. You have to adopt something. Adopt pets, adopt kids, adopt institutions so that you help them. Donate money, give your time and your service. And the most important part for Rahu Mahadasha is clarity of intention. Rahu will rule confusion and illusion. So set very clear, dharmic, what is the right thing to do kind of expectations and intentions for this period. Set your boundaries. This is what I will do and this is what I will not indulge into. This is my limit. Understanding limit is something that Rahu wants you to learn. Write them down, speak them aloud, share with others and follow that. That means you know what you are working towards and why you are doing that. When your intention is grounded in service and dharma, Rahu becomes your greatest friend. Rahu wants to be immortal and it will help you do that. You can show your horoscope to any astrologer and if needed, they will suggest you the Rahu stone if needed. Always consult the astrologer before wearing any gemstone. Gemstones need to be used in a particular way. Any yantra, any mantra needs to be done with a particular way. And the most difficult remedy for Rahu Mahadasha is practicing detachment. It is a remedy, but practicing that in Rahu Mahadasha becomes very difficult as Rahu is about intense desires. Anything that you try to do, you will feel attached to it. The outcome, the expectation is very high. So try to stay detached as much as you can. You participate fully in life, but don't cling to the outcomes or result. You just start telling yourself, okay, I did my duty, I did my part, and whatever it is, it's not in my hands. Now, just let go. You can always fast on Saturdays. And remember, Shatabhisha, which is Rahu's final nakshatra, will always show you the path. It is not about indulging too much, but it is about letting go. It is about giving. It is about getting over your own internal issues, fights, or own enemies. And remember, our mind is our own enemy. Try to get over those things and rise in life. Shatabhisha allows you to do that. And right now, Rahu is already in Shatabhisha. It is helping so many people understand so many things and move forward in life. Rahu is there in your horoscope for a reason. It is about the karmas that are due from paternal side. Whatever they have done, it's the outcome of that. First, get a correction for that based on your horoscope. You must have done something wrong. That's why Rahu is in a particular house or particular sign. Whether it is in fire sign, whether it is in water sign, whether it is in Aries sign, just earthy sign, see that and make sure you don't repeat the mistake. Maybe you have taken land from someone, you have taken food from someone, you have done something in the past wrong, and that's why Rahu is here. And sometimes someone has taken it from you, and this life Rahu is going to give it to you. But based on your horoscope, outcome will change. Do not repeat the same mistakes. Rahu gives you multiple chances. Once you realize a pattern, make sure you break it. And that is where the awareness lies. That is where the knowledge will always help. Now you must be thinking, is Rahu going to be always difficult? Am I going through so much that this period will be really difficult for me? No. Rahu is there for a reason. It is going to bring you a gift. In your soul's journey across many lifetimes, Rahu represents what you have come to experience and master in this incarnation. So, Rahu is a very earthy planet as well, in the sense it wants you to experience life, everything on the earth. So, it is going to give you your own baggage of good things. Rahu shows you the age of your own evolution. It pushes you into unfamiliar, not to break you, but to expand you. Many times we are just going on one path and don't acknowledge somebody who is on another path, different culture, different way. Rahu wants you to understand everybody has a chance to live, everybody has a chance to be acknowledged. Every major disruption during Rahu Mahadasha is clearing something that was limiting you. Every relationship that ends was one that had completed its purpose. Every career door that closes opens space for one that was meant for you. So remember, whatever Rahu is doing for your benefit. The people who emerge from Rahu Mahadasha, the most transformed are not the ones who resisted it. They are the ones who understood it, worked with it, and used it as a period of deep inner cleaning and conscious growth. Rahu Mahadasha will ask you to let go of who you thought you were. It will ask you to move beyond comfort, beyond familiarity, beyond identity you inherited. And on the other side of the letting go, you will find a version of yourself that is more aligned with your highest purpose. This is the gift Rahu brings. Rahu and Ketu always work with your soul, and they work to complete the purpose of your birth. And hence it is not easy, it may not be comfortable, but real and lasting. And it is definitely worth it. So understand this clearly. Rahu Mahadasha is not a period of fear. It is the period to meet with awareness, with service, with discipline, and with faith. Feed others, adopt people, institutions, pets, and support them. Serve with an open heart. Practice detachment from outcomes whenever you can. Set clear and dharmic intentions, and trust everything that is happening, even what is painful. It is happening for you and for your highest evolution. You are given this period for a reason. And in modern era, we cannot live without Rahu. But when we live in today's time with consciousness, it works, it will work, and I have always seen great results. Hope this video helps you to take away the fear from your mind and navigate the Rahu Dasha the mess free and the best possible way. I am also going to conduct a workshop for those who are going through Rahu Mahadasha. Let us work on the inner fears, doubts to grow. I'm going to share the timings and dates. Do join it whenever you can. You can also watch this video about Rahu Nakshatras or Rahu and Ketu Nakshatras if you have one.